Welcome back, guys. This is the third video for today's morning session. At the first video, I have explained about the today's trade framework. You guys please check that out. Actually, I will add an end screen so that you guys can find that here. It's called like 1st September trade framework, something like that. So you guys please check that out. So here is the DXY daily chart, and this buy side liquidity is my ultimate goal for today. Let's go to the hourly chart. I don't want to spend much time in dollar index, but I will show you just what it had happened over here. So when the market was here, I told you that market will trade this gap, specifically this gap, and then it will go to this gap. So this was my framework for today's for dollar index. So you see market come to this fair value gap, it close the fair value gap and send the price to that fair value gap end. This is my ultimate goal actually. So I told you to that video, you please check that out. I published that video before this session so that you guys can understand how to framework the trade before the session. So that's all. Let's go to the ESU. So here is the ESU. I'll go to the 1 minute chart directly. Before the session, when market was somewhere here, I told you that market will trade this buy side. This you see the green line. It will trade it above this green line, and I will watch what happened after the PMI news. I mistakenly told CPI news in that video. Guys, please sorry. I'm very sorry for that. It should be PMI, not CPI. So I told you that market will first clear the buy side liquidity from here, then it will go to this sell side liquidity. You guys check that out. I don't want to spend time to showing this why this I have marked this sell side and the buy side. If you guys check that video, you will see why this one is important and this one is important for me. So here is the price action. There is 10 news. This is the news, 10 at 10 PMI news. So market go to this fair value gap, consequent encroachment, and then it broke down. You see, at last it has actually traded this sell side liquidity, and the ultimate goal is this sell side liquidity for me. Let me actually show you the execution. So here is the execution. When market came to this consequent encroachment and break the actual gap, I took my first entry to this order block. You see the crotch. Look over here. I took the first entry here, and my stop loss was just above this high. I was confident that it won't break because this is the consequent encroachment, and this gap. You see, this gap is opening gap. This is the opening gap. So market go to the this level, the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, then breakdown. When the market structure shift, there was a fair value gap, so I took the second entry. You see here, when it has traded this fair value gap, I took my second entry, and price actually traded the full gap. It has closed the full gap. You see the green candle, it closed the gap, then breakdown lower, and I took the third entry to this order block, and price actually traded the min threshold of this order block. You see here was my last entry. So when price came here, I took my first partial, and this is the hourly fair value gap. I'll show you this gap actually. You see this hourly fair value gap. This is the hourly fair value gap. So I took some partial over here, some over here, some again here, and last it has actually my target was over here. This low was my target, so at last it has traded um, fully. And then I didn't take this entry because it was already profitable. So I would like to show you that how market actually traded, where it break the um, hourly fair value gap, then it went to the consequent encroachment of the hourly fair value gap, and also it has cleared this liquidity. If you'd like to took this entry, this should be the framework. Actually guys, I'm really fan of ICT's 22 IT model. So and 22 YT model. So this should be the trade entry. Like this is the market structure shift, and you will see here is the fair value gap. See this candle traded this gap, and market breaks lower. Ultimately it has uh, closed the sales liquidity over here. So guys, this is the execution for the morning session. I will look for the PM session as well. If I don't know what it will do over here, but if before the PM session this sell side is not cleared, then that will be my target. So let's see what happens. Overall, I'm bearish for today. Today is the last day of the week, so be careful guys and be safe. Thank you. Bye bye.